All right, let's just jump right in. Have you ever wondered how a web page goes from just a jumble of words into something clean, structured, and actually readable? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on HTML formatting. It's the simple but super powerful code that brings order to all that digital chaos.
But first, let me ask you something. Just take a second and really picture it. What would the internet even look like if there was zero formatting? I mean, no headings, no paragraphs, not even bold text. What would you actually see on your screen?
You'd see this, a giant, unreadable wall of text. Seriously, this is what you get without any structure. All the information is technically there, sure, but it's completely useless because you can't process any of it. It's just noise, a total mess.
And that right there is why this stuff matters so much. See, formatting isn't just about making things look pretty. It's about turning that raw text into useful, understandable information. It's how we literally create meaning out of the chaos.
So, the hero of our story is HTML, which stands for Hypertext Markup Language. You can just think of it as a set of really simple instructions or tags that we give to a web browser. It tells the browser exactly how to structure and display all the content. You know, it's kind of like the skeleton that holds every single web page together. So, how do we actually do all this? Let's open up the basic toolkit. It turns out there are really three core ways you can format a web page.
First up, you've got your basic HTML tags. These are the fundamental building blocks. Then you have something called CSS, which is like a professional stylist that controls the look and feel in way more detail. And finally, there are inline styles, which are great for a quick one-off fix. But for right now, we're going to focus on the absolute foundation, the tags themselves.
All right, time to see the stuff in action. This is where it gets cool. We're going to look at the raw code on one side and the final result on the other. You're about to see just how simple and direct this really is. Now, the main idea behind most of these formatting tags is incredibly simple. You just take the text you want to change and you wrap it in tags. For example, to make something bold, you put a B tag at the beginning and then a closing B tag, that's the one with the / at the end. The browser sees that, knows exactly what to do, and boom, bold text. And once you get that, the rest just follows the same exact pattern. Want to make text italic? You just swap out the B tags for I tags. Same principle, different result. Easy, right? And for underline text, yep, you guessed it, you use the U tag. This simple open and close idea is the key to everything. It's this awesome consistency that makes basic HTML so easy to pick up. Once you see this pattern, you're honestly already halfway there. Let's do another one. For strike through, the tag is del for delete, but the idea is identical. You've totally seen this everywhere, like when a store shows you the original price crossed out next to the new sale price.
Okay, so now we're going to shift gears a little from just simple styling to something more structural. The H1 tag creates a top-level heading. This doesn't just make the text big. It tells the browser, and even search engines like Google, that this is the most important title on the entire page. And you can actually go from H1 all the way down to H6 to organize your content with subheadings.
And this might be the most common tag you'll ever see. It's the P tag for paragraph. Anytime you want to create a separate block of text, you just wrap it in these tags. This is how we fight back against that giant wall of text we saw earlier and break it into nice, readable chunks. So the big point here is that these tags create both style and structure. So now that you know the basic tags, how do you actually use them well? Let's go over a few pro-level tips that'll take you from just knowing the code to really mastering it. This right here is the single most important piece of advice. If you take away one thing, make it this. Use tags for their meaning. An H1 tag is for a main heading, not just because you want big text. This makes your code so much clearer, more accessible for people with disabilities, and way better for search engines. It's the golden rule. So here are the 4 big takeaways for doing it right. First, like we said, use that semantic markup. It's all about meaning. Second, use CSS to control how things look. Trust me, keeping your style separate from your structure makes your site so much easier to update later on. Third, use those inline styles sparingly. Yeah, they work for a quick fix, but they can make your code really messy down the road. And finally, always test your code in different browsers to make sure everyone sees your site the way you intended. Okay, so after all of that, what's the one thing you should really remember from all this? What's the core idea? It's this: simple code creates clarity and meaning.
that small handful of tags we just looked at, they are the building blocks for pretty much every single website you visit every day. They take absolute chaos and turn it into a clear, structured, and valuable experience.
And that really gets to the heart of it. So I'll just leave you with this thought. If these few incredibly simple tags are powerful enough to build the entire web, what could you build with them?